Okay, so we're going to start with the Cancer Sun position. The first card we have is the Two of Swords in reverse. The Two of Swords has to do with making decisions, and when it's in the flip, it means that there is some issues with making a decision. We're dealing with indecision, with um, confusion, just kind of sitting around and not getting anything done. And also the swords, remember that has to do with communication. Swords has to do with the tongue. So this may have to do with conversations or trying to make agreements, but both parties are not seeing this, each other's side. They're not seeing each other's perspective. So they're kind of just both standing in the same position, trying to get the other person to move, a stalemate, and they both won't move. So this card is suggesting that it's quite possible that if you want for y'all to come to a consensus of some sort, to come to a compromise, that you may have to be the person to take a step back and take a look at the situation and figure out where that compromise can take place. Because this other person that you're dealing with, or this other situation, whatever it is that you're trying to make a decision about, it's not moving. So you've got to do something. You have to make a compromise of some sort to get some movement to happen, to get compromise and agreement to take place. This may also have to do with maybe you're trying to figure out which way to go about a situation. You can go one way or another, but you're kind of just weighing all the options, and it's just like, well, if I go this way, this is going to be bad. But if I go this way, this is going to be bad. This is the card that's telling you that you might be taking in a little bit too much outside input and weighing it, using it to weigh your decision. And that's causing for you to have the inability to choose, to make a decision and decide for yourself. And this is telling you that it's time for you to listen to yourself and take that advice or the opinions of other people with a grain of salt and go with what you want. Just focus in on your intuition, focus in on your thought process on the situation, and make a decision from there. Try to filter out any other unnecessary mumbo jumbo that's clouding your judgment, because this is not helping your decision. It's not helping you come to a consensus about the situation. And sometimes we take in a little too much advice or too much feedback from people because we know that they're coming from a good place, or we believe they're coming from a good place, but sometimes it's not as helpful as we want it to be. Sometimes we really just need to make a decision for ourselves and for what we think is best for us. And the Two of Swords in reverse is a reminder that you are the one who ultimately needs to decide, and that other people can give you all of the input in the world, but it ultimately is up to you to figure out what is best for you and your highest good. What is going to benefit you the most? Other people can say whatever they want to say. At the end of the day, you are the one in this position who has to make the decision. So the blindfold, you could take that as filtering out what you don't need and just taking what you have within and using that to make your decision. So moving on to the moon placement, we have the Nine of Wands in reversal position. So this card is an upright, has to do with being willing to defend what you've earned, defending you and yours. But in the flip, this is probably you having to defend yourself within, if that makes sense. This has to do with inner struggle and you having to stand up for yourself within. Maybe you are being your biggest critic right now, and maybe you are being your biggest bully. And it's time for you to stand up to that dialogue that you're having to yourself and change the script, flip the script on yourself. You keep telling yourself, I don't know how to do this, I'm stupid. Start flipping the script. I'm an avid learner. You know, it sounds way easier than it is. Of course, it's way easier said than done. But the Nine of Wands is indicating that that type of work is what needs to take place right now for you. This may also have to do with just feeling overwhelmed because this is a card about picking and choosing your battles. And when it's in the upright position, it's saying that this is a battle worth fighting for. In the flip position, it could be saying you might be defending yourself against battles that don't need to be fought. Maybe you're on the defensive right now about something, and people are trying to give you advice or trying to give you feedback that is actually going to help you. And you're filtering it out and you're not taking it into consideration when this in this particular situation it could actually benefit you. We have to learn to tune our ears to what we should and shouldn't internalize. And the Nine of Wands in reverse is saying that there may be some things that you do need to internalize right now. Maybe everybody is saying the same thing because it's something that is actually an issue or actually needs to be addressed. And you're on the defensive about it because you don't want to actually confront the situation, which is what's going on within you. And we all get defensive about things sometimes when we're wrong or when we're not willing to compromise on how we do things or how we approach things. But sometimes, part of growth is being willing to be flexible, being willing to back down sometimes and go, okay, this isn't worth defending. And that's what the Nine of Wands in reverse is a reminder of. So sometimes we get defensive and we don't need to be, and sometimes we let in too much information when we should, put a lid on it, put a cap on it. So that's kind of funny. You got two different opposing things going on, sun and moon, literally going on right now. So moving on to the ascending position, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So the King of Pentacles is representative of an individual who is smart with their finances, who knows how to invest, who knows how to make money, and knows how to spend it wisely. In this flip position, this is an individual who has money management issues. Maybe this may be yourself and you're realizing that you might be doing a little bit too much spending, and it might be time for you to look at implementing a budget for yourself, or maybe you're dealing with somebody close to your life who has these issues. The thing about this is the king has the power. The thing is when it's in the upright position, it's saying that this king is using the power for the highest good of himself and those around him. In the flip position, it's saying that you have this power, but you're taking it for granted, or you're abusing it. Maybe you're spending your money and you have this money over everything mindset, and instead of valuing people for who they are, you're looking at people who have status and wealth, and you're missing key points or key features about that person that should be a red flag. But because you're looking at this, oh, it's money over everything, I value people with money and I want people around me who have money, you're missing the character flaws that they're exhibiting because of this. And you might find yourself being surrounded around people eventually who don't have your best interest in mind, but they have all this money, right? That's not a sustainable way to live, and it's not a sustainable way to keep your money either, because the kind of people who are like that and you surround yourself around, those are the kind of people who are going to get you in trouble with your money too. So this card is a reminder to keep in mind that we can obtain power, and money is power. Money is most definitely power, but it is also our responsibility to know how to use that power wisely and to be smart with that power. Because at the end of the day, if you want to remain a king, you got to be noble. So this is a reminder that, we are the ones who create our circumstances. And if you're saying, well, I don't have any money right now, maybe this isn't about the fact that you have or don't have money. Maybe this is about the fact that you have an unhealthy relationship with money. Maybe you have this thought process about money that is not serving very well for you. Maybe, like I was saying, the whole money over everything mindset is causing you to miss key judgments in character that could really cost you in the end. Or maybe you are hustling so hard about, trying to be about money all the time, that you're losing touch with the beautiful things in life that don't necessarily involve money. Spending time with family and friends, doing things that you enjoy, leaning into your creative side, doing things that make you genuinely happy that don't actually have to cost anything. So there are different ways to, put these cards into implementation and to take what they're giving to you. So just take whatever message resonates with you the most, and hopefully that helps you in the month of September. If you have any questions or anything about my readings, please feel free to comment. I absolutely am looking forward to interacting with any and all of you. So don't hesitate to let me know what your concerns or questions are. Also, please feel free to look through my other videos to get yourself a 3-card spread for your sun, moon, and rising placements. If you know what they are, definitely want to figure out what those 3 cards are, because the cards do mean different things when they're next to each other. Also, it is really easy to find out what your sun, moon, and rising are. Once I find a link and figure out how to put them in my videos, I will attach a link so that you can find out what your big 3 are. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you back really soon. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can get these every month, and have a great day. Bye.